Hey, welcome to another episode of our Yes Golf channel. Thank you so much for joining in. And I am here alone. Where is Jay, right? But my name is Kevin. I'm one of the fitters here. And if you don't know about us, we're a golf shop here in La Habra, California. We also have an e-commerce store, yesgolfshop.com. And we're really appreciative of your very early support of our channel. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing our channel. But we wanted to do a quick review of all the 3 mini drivers that are coming out this spring. And mini driver has been kind of the talk of the town right now, with Tommy Fleetwood using that in the Masters and Akshay Bhatia using it also, and a lot of other tour pros getting into these mini drivers. And where it's really a strength and a positive is that it could be a really versatile club off the tee, but also sometimes you can use it off the deck, use it on the fairway. So it's becoming a quickly being adopted in the tour, and I'm sure it's going to be very useful for a lot of weekend warriors as well as the average golfer. So here's a rundown of the three mini drivers that are coming in the spring: Titleist and the TaylorMade and the Callaway. So here's Titleist GT280. I'm going to start with that one. We don't have that one to show you right now. It's coming, but I've broken it down, each of the companies, with a positive and a negative, a strength and a weakness. The strength of the Titleist GT280, as you can see and from the name itself, it's a 280cc, which is talking about the size or the volume of this head. In comparison, TaylorMade's R7 Mini driver is 304cc, and Callaway Elyte Mini driver is at 340cc. So it's the smallest of the three. So this can become a really good weapon for you is if you like to hit your 3-wood off the tee shot as a tee shot option, it could be a really good option for you. So if you're someone who likes to hit down on the ball or who likes to hit a stinger shot, this could be a really, really good weapon. And also, because it's the smallest of the three, you would probably have the easiest time hitting it off a fairway. Let's say you're hitting a driver, you hit a really good driver on a par 5, and you have little more than a 3-wood length to reach the green, at least to go for it. 280 is where it's going to help you to get that extra 10 yards or even 15 yards on carry distance. So you will have the easiest time hitting it off the fairway just based on the size. So I see this as more of, let's say there's a spectrum of, if you're using it as a replacement of a driver or a 3-wood, Titleist with GT280 would be more living in this area right here. This is more of a 2-wood. That's why I don't think Titleist is calling it a mini driver. It's more of a 2-wood, but beefed up 2-wood, right? Just to give you a comparison, GT2 3-wood in a 15 degree is 170cc. And 13.5 GT fairway wood is actually 200cc. So it's significantly bigger than those woods, but also smaller than the R7 or the Callaway Elyte. So I think that's for someone who likes to hit their tee shot with a 3-wood a lot. This is going to be a very good option for you. And another, the strength of it is the shaft. It comes with the stock shaft of Tensei 1K Blue, or some option shafts of Tensei 1K Black, or even the hazardous shafts, and also the Denali Red. I think this is a really good shaft option for the GT280, at least in comparison to some of the other offerings from the TaylorMade and Callaway stock options. Of course, you can upgrade it with some premium shafts like Ventus or the Tour AD, but let's say if you're just buying it stock, this, I think, stock options is the best out of the three. So those are some of the strength and the positives of the GT280. Here are some of the weaknesses, or at least from what I see it. The SureFit adapter. If you're a Titleist player, you may know about their SureFit adapter. I have no problem with that. It's actually one of the most versatile adapter you can use. But the only thing about GT280 is that it uses the wood SureFit adapter, not the driver SureFit adapter. So let's say if you're someone who likes to tinker with your golf clubs, you may have several really good driver shafts laying around that you could, if the GT280 came with the driver SureFit adapter, that you can just cut the butt end to 43.5 and you can just put it in, put a grip on, play it this weekend kind of thing. But the fairway wood, you may not have one that's laying around. So that's a harder, for me, adaptation to the GT280. So you would have to buy a 3-wood adapter to it and put it in, and it's more likely that you would have to go to a repair shop or somewhere that can do that for you. So it's not as convenient in that sense. So the fact that it's utilizing a SureFit adapter of the fairway wood, I don't think it's the best, especially because the TaylorMade and the Callaway does. And I'm going to share that with you. And also the weight positions, it does come with the front weight and the back weight, kind of like the GT4 driver. So it has some adjustability, but it's the least adjustable compared to the R7 and the Callaway Elyte Mini, and I'll share that with you as well. So you have an option of putting that what do you call it, the more heavier weight in towards the towards front where the face is, and make it launch a little lower and also spin a little less. And you can also put the heavier weight in the back to make it more forgiving, stable position. So strength and weakness is there. Strength is, again, if you like to tee off with a 3-wood, and if you like to maybe hit one of these in the fairways, this is going to be probably the most convenient option for you when it comes to the mini driver. And also it is the most expensive out of the 3. Titleist has always kind of been the most expensive, and they kind of set the tone for the price ranges, probably because they're on a 2-year life cycle and they don't have the leeway to change their prices at the end of the second cycle, and people would think they've increased the price. So they've always kind of been the more expensive choices. So the GT280 is $499.99. So that's the Titleist mini driver option. I'm gonna go here into the TaylorMade mini driver option, is the R7 quad mini driver. How sick is that? The strength right off the bat is the nostalgia that you will feel. If you've started golf maybe 15, 20 years ago, R7 driver probably was in your bag, or at least have hit it because someone had it and you have a memory of hitting this driver really, really well. Well, I think with the R7 quad themed mini driver, I think you will see that. And I think that's a big plus. We had a chance, here at Yes Golf Shop, we have a privilege of getting some of these products in a little before the official product launch, and we started fitting these, and a lot of people just love the look of it because they have the nostalgia feel just from years ago, and I think this is what you will feel with that. But it's not just the painting of it, it actually follows the similar weight patterns of the R7 driver from 15 years ago. R7 quad stands for 4 weight options. So it comes with 2 13-gram weights and 2 4-gram weights. As you buy the stock version, the 2 4-gram weights is going to be in the back of it, and the 2 13-gram weights is going to be in the forward, towards the front of the club. So this is more for low spin version, but you can put those 2 13-gram weights and push it all the way back, and you would almost get 26 grams of weight. That's a significant weight differences just by switching, that you have it just accessible for you. What that means is that you have an extremely stable driver, mini driver now. 26 grams, it's actually an amount of weight that goes in the QI35 Max Lite driver. Almost the I believe Ping G440 Max driver comes in that area. So it's a very heavy and stable driver just by moving the weights back. And you can get really, really gimmicky with it, or I don't want to call it gimmicky, but you can get really creative with these weights because you can put 13-gram weights in the one port here and another in the front. You can make it very heel weight bias, or you can make it very fade bias. So there's a lot of adjustability that you can do with this R7 Mini driver. So that's some of the strength. And also the strength of this driver, Mini driver, is that it comes in a 304cc, 304cc. So it's right in between the Callaway Elyte Mini, which is the 340cc, and the GT280, Titleist GT280, which is 280cc. So you can see that 340, 280, and 340, 304 Mini driver, and 280. So this is the kind of the middle of the pack. So you can use it for driver, or you can use it for 3-wood, or you can just put it on there so that you can have both driver, R7 Mini driver, and a 3-wood. It's just the right size. I think this is the best size a mini driver should be, because you're looking for, if you're looking at a mini driver, you're looking for something that you can replace both or actually be a very good addition to it. So that sizing is really, really good. Another strength of this is, I have to see it, but all the TaylorMade Mini driver head covers have been awesome. It's been really, really good, and it's also reversible. So I'm gonna have to see it to see if the R7 Mini driver head cover will also come reversible. But that's something that just added bonus to add your personality into this mini driver option. So those are some of the strengths. Some of the weaknesses of the R7 Mini driver is that the length is the longest, 43 3/4, so 43.75 inches. The Callaway Elyte and the GT280 comes in at 43.5. So even though the sizing of it is right in the middle, I wonder why they went a quarter of an extra inch in the 43.75. It will benefit you when it comes to hitting it off the tee shot, but off the fairway, it just felt like, because I had a chance to test the Callaway Elyte Mini driver on the course, and the 43.5 felt just right off the fairway, if not just a little long. So 43 3/4 for a lot of people may feel like it's a good option, good length for driver off the tee, but I wonder how it will adapt as an option for a 3-wood off the fairway. Just because longer a shaft is, it's harder to get the center contact. So that's one thing. Second thing is this shaft. It's Fujikura Speeder MD shaft. The only thing, obviously Fujikura is a really, really good shaft brand. Ventus is a really good shaft. But the Speeder MD shaft is just unknown, right? It's specifically made for the R7 Mini driver, so I don't know how it will perform for a lot of people. So that's the only thing, because the Callaway Elyte Mini comes with the Project X Denali shaft, which is it's picking up really good receptance as a good stock option, as well as the GT280, which comes with the Tensei. So if you go to yesgolfshop.com, our e-commerce store, I'm gonna actually list some of the Tensei and Denali shaft as an option for you. It won't have this R7 themed paintings on it, but I think it is actually a better way to go when it comes to a stock shaft, the performance of it. So that's a weakness that can be actually resolved by going with a different shaft option without costing you a lot of money. So that's the 43.5. One thing that I wondered why they didn't incorporate is, if you remember, TaylorMade is all about their carbon face, right? I think they ran a campaign when it was the Stealth, that it was the age of carbon wood, or that it has always backed up the carbon face, and I think there's definitely a really good performance benefits to the carbon face on a driver. But I think in order for them to continue to say that the carbon face is better than a titanium face, they have to start installing that into 3-woods and hybrids, and I think they will. And this would have been the perfect timing to introduce a carbon face on a mini driver with the R7 theme, right? Like this is kind of the classic theme, but also has the modern technology. That would have been super, super awesome. I think in that, I think it missed it. How cool would it be if it had the carbon face on an R7 Mini driver? The fact that it's bigger than a 3-wood probably had them have a better chance of incorporating a carbon face in there, because with the face being small, it's hard to come up with a quality carbon face. So this would have been perfect, but I think they missed the opportunity. I'm so sad about that. But these are some of the strengths and weaknesses of our R7 driver. Again, $479.99 is the price, so $20 cheaper. $20 cheaper than GT280 with all the nostalgia you'll feel on that R7 Mini driver there. And let's go into the last of the three, the Callaway Elyte Mini driver. This one, we've gotten it before any other. So I had an opportunity to test this on here in our fitting studio as well as out on the golf course. This is 340cc. The strength of it is if you want another option off the tee, this is really good option off the tee. This is going to be on that spectrum of, is it a driver, is it a 3-wood, can you replace either, or can this be in the mix of the two? This in the spectrum of the driver. So it's the biggest of the three, and it looks the most like this year's line, the Elyte Mini. So in that, I think it's a really, really good option. Where would the 340cc mini driver come really handy is like all of these dog legs. Dog leg, par 4, left and right. One of the hardest things to accept in golf is when you hit a driver, you know it's gone well, it's really, really good drive, and you can't find your golf ball because it went further than you expected, and maybe it ran into the rough, and the rough is thick and you can't find it. That's the worst feeling in golf. Wouldn't you agree? So let's say you have a dog leg par 4 where you have to carry 220, but if you go more than 240, you're gonna go in that rough. You have a driver in hand. Again, if you hit it well, you can risk going into the rough, but you're not confident in hitting and carrying a 3-wood 220. That's where these mini drivers will come really, really handy, because what I've seen is that it definitely, even on a miss hit, it will go further than your good hit of a 3-wood. That's what I saw. So you can just tee it a little bit lower than you would a driver and then just bang it away, and then it will guarantee go further than your miss hit or your good shot of a 3-wood. That's where I think you will have the most benefit of this sized mini driver. So really good option off the tee. Another good thing about it is the strength of it is the weight ports. R7 has 4, Callaway has 3, Titleist has 2, but 3 in the back is really, really good because you can now shape the shots, the draw, the neutral, and the fade, and have adjustability there. I didn't mention it, but the Callaway Elyte Mini and the Taylor R7 both come in the 13.5 and 11.5. So this is a really good option. Again, you have some choices for that. Titleist only comes in 13 degrees. So you can choose to use a SureFit hosel to go 1 degree lower, but it will still get you only 12 degrees of loft. You can go up to 15 degrees with the GT280 and using the adapter. So you don't have a lot of option there. And even in that, you see that Titleist really focuses this being on a beefed up 2-wood. Whereas the Callaway and the TaylorMade, they have 11.5 and a 13.5 option. And Where the Callaway Elyte really shines is their adapter system. Both of them utilizes the driver adapter. So if you have one laying around, you can just pop it in and then cut the shaft in 43, whatever length that you want. But Callaway is really good because they have these axes, multiple axis adapter where you can change the loft independent of the lie angle. The TaylorMade loft system gives you that as well, but you can only, the loft and lie angle is fixed. So as you change loft, you will change the lie angle ultimately. But the Callaway Elyte, you can choose it to have the neutral 11.5, but also make it upright. You can also do that with the TaylorMade, but I think it offers, having the multiple axis offers the multiple adjustability when it comes to loft. So I think those are some of the really good adjustability story of the Callaway Elyte. The strength of it is also the price. It's the most inexpensive of the three, $449.99. So it's $30 cheaper, but $50 cheaper than Titleist. So if you are there looking at a value option, the Callaway Elyte Mini is the cheapest of the three. We'll also list it in the yesgolfshop.com. And also the Denali shaft comes as stock. We'll list the black and the blue version as well. So you can change, the black is for the low spin, blue is for the mid spin. The charcoal version is the one that comes in the stock version. One of the weaknesses of the Elyte Mini is that because it's the biggest, it's gonna be the hardest to hit it off the fairway. So if you're thinking of replacing your 3-wood, I don't know if this is the best option, right? Because let's say you're on a downhill, if you don't have a significant angle of attack and a speed to hit this 3-wood, you're almost always gonna catch it on the thin shot, the bottom of the face. And because it's a deepest the mini driver of the three, right? So if you hit it little low on the face, it's gonna make it spinnier, it's not gonna go as far. So again, the weakness is because its strength is, it can be a really good option off the tee. When it comes to the fairway, it's not going to be the most convenient for you to hit. So those are some of the strengths and weaknesses of the GT280, the R7, and the Elyte Mini drivers. Man, I think if I were to forecast into what's going to be the change in the golf equipment world, I think it's going to be the adoption of mini drivers and some high lofted woods. Like a lot of tour pros are adopting the 7-wood, and even I see some 9-woods in the Masters this year. And some of the tour pros actually put these mini drivers. I know Akshay Bhatia again uses it, and also Tommy Fleetwood uses a mini driver in there. So it's gonna be continue to be a staple in this category of golf equipment. So we would love for you to try it as well. You can get fitted for some of this, and driver for the irons here at Yes Golf Shop, and I will leave the link below if you live in the Orange County area. Pay us a visit here, but also yesgolfshop.com. Go there. When you go there, you're gonna be prompted to join our newsletter, and there's gonna be a lot of benefits for you who sign up for that. So go ahead and do that. But again, the most important thing is if you would like and subscribe to this channel. We're very close to reaching 500. Our goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers, and I think we can do that with the support of every single one of you who are watching this video, to click that subscribe button, and we would love to get to 1,000 subscriber by the summer. Thank you so much for watching this, and we'll continue to bring some valuable content so that it can help your golf game. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in our next video.